Karimera. Karimera, who's here? Stella, good morning. Stephanie, good morning. Lily, good morning. Elaine, bonjour. Good morning, everyone. How are we today? I love the little emojis. We've got a red heart. What is that little like periwinkle blue flower, Stephanie? I love it. A 4-leaf clover. I'll take it. I love it. I love it. And a pink heart with sparkle emojis. All of the emojis. Let's take all the emojis. Can you hear me and see me clearly? Let us start there. I intended to put a t-shirt on. And then I sat down to go live. Then the girls had a little accident. Granted, it happens. They didn't really have an accident. They went potty on their pad, which is what they're supposed to do. But I got up to clean that. And then I came back down and my t-shirt's over there. So is my ACIM book. And I don't want to move again. So here we are. We're in sports bra mode. And I'm going to be reading ACIM online. Unless, Dave's back. Do you want to give me my t-shirt too? Or no, we're just going to wing the sports bra.
You want it, sure?
No, I'm good. Actually, yeah, want to get it for me? I'll see how I feel. And my glasses. Although it is, what's the temperature? 90? 90 degrees. And we'll do it like this. Dave said this morning, we should really make more of these. Was anyone here able to score a Tout Possible t-shirt? These have been sold out for years, maybe 3 years. And at some point we should. In fact, where they will go is the Tout Possible girls. The Tout Possible membership girls. All right. We're gonna put that here. Okay. It's too hot to put any more clothes on, honestly. Woo. You have living fully now. I love that. Ah, Diamond, we shall all shine together. I love it. I love it. Kalimera, Nikki. Good morning, Allison. So we are in the most picturesque little village called Pedi. Nikki, I'm probably saying it wrong. Pedi on the other side of Simi. It's a part of Simi, but it's not the main port of Simi. So we went with the boys to Simi over 10 years ago, like 11 years ago, when we were chartering before we bought our boat. That's what we would do. We would charter a boat with the kids and we would go for like 5 to 6 weeks. And I think it was our first year that someone said to us, we were doing the Cyclades in September. Brave of us, naive of us, but we did great. And someone said, you should go down to Simi. And think about 10, 11 years ago, there was no Zoom. There was no Instagram. What did we do? So it wasn't like you were seeing these cool places online and you're like, oh yeah, we got to go there. It was just a passing that somebody said to us, a sailor said to us, we should go. And I remember landing in Simi. The colors, and you can't really see them probably that well behind me. I'll see if I can turn the camera around later. They're pink and yellow with the blue, with the white. It's like such a beautiful mixture of the typical blue and white that you might see in Mykonos and some of like even what we saw in the Ionian Sea with the peaches and the pinks, and it all comes together. And then the town, it's so pretty. It's built up into the hillside. It's really, really gorgeous. So the main port of Simi is on the other side. And apparently it's gotten very popular in the last 11 years. So it's a little crowded and the port is a little, I guess, intense. So we're on the other side of the island and I think we can walk, right, babe? It's like 2 kilometers or something to walk into town.
Bus, walk, or taxi. Those are the options.
So I'm so excited. We're going to be walking in today and enjoying this beautiful space. So I got a couple questions yesterday and I don't know if Dave can grab my phone. Poor Dave. Every time he sits down, I ask him for something. He's like, it's okay. Thanks, baby. I got a couple questions yesterday with some of what I was sharing that I didn't get a chance to address. I'll see if it makes sense to honor some of them today. Today's a very special day. Truly, every day is a very special day. We know this. And the way with which we choose to wake up and honor that it's a very special day changes the specialness of the day. I believe. I believe. It is almost every morning that Dave will say to me, "Good morning, babe. I love you." He says that every day. More often than not, he'll say, "Let's have an amazing day," or "Today is an amazing day." And before we even get out of bed, it's that energy. Today is an amazing day. Today's such a special day. And sometimes we might have a feeling about the day, right? Today, I'm going live at 4 p.m. Paris. If you, we'll make sure, Jike, are you here? You can put the link in the, now that I know you hang out here in the morning sometimes. I'm so happy. I'm going to be going live today at 4 p.m. and sharing something really extraordinary. Like I said yesterday, if you've ever felt this ache between allowing yourself the deep desire to be supported, to be held, to be loved, and kind of this internal conflict of, though I have to be the strong one, it's up to me. I think a lot of women have struggled with this for a long, long time. And I feel like the world is ready for a deeper truth than what we've been, well, for me, what I've been saying out loud. So I know, like, some days hold a special frequency because I feel something, right? I know something's coming that day. But we don't always know. And we don't always need to have that. When we wake up and we say, "Today is a special day," I know it. I feel it. I'm creating it. I'm allowing it. I'm expecting it. I had a call the other day with a client who's in our Chateau Neuf program. So I work with women in this high-level mastermind for the course of 9 months, and we have group calls every single week, an integration call, then they have private calls with me. And these are some of the most extraordinary, mind-bending calls I've ever experienced. These women are unbelievable. And one of the foundational opportunities inside of Chateauneuf is to world build, is to quantum leap, is to create parallel worlds, is to collapse time and move into the vibration, the frequency, the identity experience in the physical world with the utilization of the femme types in a very powerful, sensual speed, catered to every single woman, depending on where she is and what her desires are. And we were having this really potent conversation about this experiment that was done. And I believe it's called Schroeder's cat. Is that right, Dave? Is it Schroeder's cat, the experience, the experiment?
The box.
The box.
Schroeder's,
Yeah.
It's called Schroeder's box, but you put the cat in.
So regardless of the name of the experiment,
No, maybe it's Schroeder's cat.
I don't know, but let me just tell you the context. What this experiment showed is that there is every reality available to us at any given time. Always. Everything is available to us at any given time. Everything. The money, the love, the body, whatever you think, it's all there. So just play with me for a minute, okay? It's all there existing in all of these frequencies. It's not something you actually need to create. The creation happens when you actually allow it. This is why the New Yorker is so freaking important and powerful inside of the sequence of Indie Frenchy New Yorker. So let's just do the what if. But this experiment proved it. All of these possibilities of your life are existing in all ways, all the time. And the experiment worked with atoms passing through and showing that on the other end of the screen, that one atom didn't just pass through, like every possibility was available. Here's the beauty of this. What makes something, this is interesting to talk about inside of ACIM, what makes something real, quotes, inside the physical world, what solidifies it, what allows it to be static is what? Is your attention on it. That's what actually brings it into the world, into your world. It exists everywhere, all the possibilities. But when you bring your focused attention to it, slows down the molecules, it solidifies in your world, and it becomes your reality. Whoa. Whoa. So we could go very, very deep on that. Just we're not going to today. These are the kind of conversations I love to have with women. Like, all right, are you ready? Are you ready to experience that? Are you go? Are you go? Because let's go. I bring that forward today because in the morning, when you allow yourself to recognize that every single possibility is available to you that day, you get to either play back an old expectation because your mind is used to focusing on that as a part of your physical world reality. It's a comfortable focus. You see it more easily. So therefore, you keep on recreating it. It's not because the same thing just naturally happens again and again. It's because we are creating it again and again and again. Out of all the possibilities, we're still choosing that one. Right? Sometimes it's like, why am I still choosing that one? Because again, you're more trained to see that. It's not because that's all that exists for you. It's because something inside of you, your subconscious has picked that up as an easier frequency to see, to digest, to manage. You feel safer in it. If you start waking up and you start choosing to focus on something completely different, you are going to start to see things differently. What do we hear inside of ACIM all the time? God, help me see this differently. So when we move into new identities of the awareness of our wholeness, right? Again, looking at the indie, who is who do I require to be? The Frenchie, what do I desire to enjoy? The New Yorker, what do I require to allow? And in parentheses, right? Allowing becomes the to support myself in experiencing the vision I really desire, right? It's the one thing, right? This powerful trifecta that we've been talking about since the beginning of Elegant Femme. Some of you might be brand new to the conversation. Some of you might have been inside of the Elegant Femme conversation, the Femme types for years, and now be like, whoa, this often happens, even to me, for myself, like, oh my God, this was way better than I even thought. This goes way deeper than I even thought. You saying in the morning, today is a really special day. You start to feel the tingling of possibility. You choose to not project that which you already have seen as an unconscious way to feel comfortable. You start looking for something different. Today is special. I'm not waiting for the world to show me that today is special. I am choosing to create that today is special. Today is filled with happy surprises. I look for them. I see them. Why do I see them? Why do I look for them? They're already there. How is this feeling? How is this feeling? Good morning, Halmea. Good morning, Bettina. Stephanie, trust, trust, trust. I know. Que sera, sera. Trust, trust, trust. Yeah? All right. So let's open today with this frequency of that kind of choice in your life. That you begin to move through the world as a woman who remembers that she is choosing, that she is literally building her world. Yes? Yes, 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 yes. And this is why something as simple as the Femme Flow list that we talked about a lot yesterday, that was one of the questions. Oh, now I remember them on my phone. One of the questions I got yesterday was, well, Terry, you're talking about the Femme Flow list, but you're also saying it's sold out. So that's kind of like, So what I was saying is the physical journal is sold out, but the Femme Flow list program is absolutely available. And Jaika, if you're still here, if you have that link, I believe it's elegantfemme.com/FFL. I think that's what it is. You can purchase the Femme Flow List program. This is like the foundation of how do you begin to live into the femme types. This will support you in the, well, how do I connect? How do I connect on a daily basis? How do I answer these questions? What are these pieces for? There's also an advanced training in there, and there's also a 14-day challenge sequence to support you every day. You're going to get an email. You're going to get a beautiful celebration to support you in moving through the the Femme Flow list for 14 days consecutively. Because across the board, every time, as far as I know, because that's only what's been shared with me, every time a woman does that for 14 days consecutively, things start to change in her life. So that's why we set it up that way. So the Femme Flow list, to clarify, is still available, just not the physical journal. And we do, inside of the Femme Flawless program, gift you printable journal sheets. So you can begin there. You can do it in your own journal until we have a new Femme Flawless journal. So that's that. I got that question. And the other question I got was, okay, I'm hearing all about this audiobook, but when is the real book? When do we get to read it? When's the real book coming out? After last Friday, I had a woman, really beautiful, text me inside of Instagram, and she said, I really want the audiobook. But the thing is, I don't speak English really. I only speak Italian. Like, when is the book coming out? And I just answered her, honestly, same way I'm going to share it here. I don't know. Will there be a book? Yes. When? I don't know. And I mean that like from the deepest part of who I am, just like I was talking about yesterday, that everything inside of Elegant Femme has unfolded, which is the intention, naturally and organically. So we started with the 9 layers of the indie, and women were like, well, what about the 9 layers of Frenchie? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I really don't know. And then the 9 layers of the Frenchie came through at the rendezvous at the Chateau with the Cremes one year. It was just time. Then women were like, okay, we got the 9 layers of the indie. We got the 9 layers of the Frenchie. What about the New Yorker? And I was like, and I think it was like 5 years. Something, I don't know. It's not, I don't believe it's going to be 5 years for the book to come out. I'm not trying to say that. But what I am saying is I don't know. I will trust the divine timing of it. This is why allowing ourselves to be in our authenticity as we're co-creating with spirit is so, so, so important. So those are the 2 questions I got. And I will respond in written form because they were in, comments from yesterday, but I wanted to address them here as well in case any of you were feeling the same thing. Yes, there will be. I don't have a time frame. It will be, I do know it will be the most beautiful book in the world. That's what I can tell you. When that's going to happen, I don't know. And what's a fun, interesting, beautiful thing, is to give you a little more depth around this, is The Soul of Beauty is the most expensive audiobook in the world right now. That's a fun fact. It wasn't created like, oh, let me do like a gimmick. Let me do like the most. It was the investment that felt most aligned to me. And it turns out that other than Pimsleur, which is a language course, or Ulysses, like Ulysses wrote an audiobook based on the real book. Hey, other than those 2 things, The Soul of Beauty is taking a stand. Not like as a gimmicky, the most expensive thing, as a truth, as a resonance, as something that was in alignment. And that's really the point of me sharing that with you. The alignment inside, the alignment. So let's see how this relates to lesson 235 and how this is supporting you. It feels juicy. Love this. Wee. All right. Lesson 235. So if you can be there today, I encourage you to be there. It's going to be 4 p.m. Paris. There will not be a replay. No exceptions. And I'm not trying to be mean by doing that. It's just, again, an alignment. That's all. And we don't need to over-explain that to anybody. That goes for in our lives, right? When something just is, it's an is. It's an is for you. We don't have to be bitchy about it. It's just, that's what's in alignment for me. That's what feels aligned. Why? Because that's what feels aligned. But gifting yourself that permission as well is beautiful. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for lesson 235? God, in its mercy, wills that I be saved. So we talked about this a little bit before. And the Course actually says, God, in his mercy, wills that I be saved. For me, again, this is just my take. I understand the context of being saved. What it brings up inside of me is, again, this hierarchical feeling of weakness versus strength. I need to be saved. I've done something wrong. It just doesn't fully resonate with me, even though I understand the context. So I know I've said this 3 million times, but just in case you're new and you haven't heard it, this course is the way that we're honoring this is Elegant Femme's Guide to A Course in Miracles. So I will share my take. I will share my experience. Please, always, 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 and forever follow your inner knowing. Whatever it is that works for you, serves you, allows you to feel an intimate connection with what's opening here, that's what matters. This isn't for me to tell you how it's supposed to be or how you're supposed to receive it or none of that. Ever, ever. Not only here inside of A Course in Miracles, but anywhere, anything inside of Elegant Femme. It's not approving, it's not an againstness, it's not, oh, this is the, the holy grail of how everything should be done. No, it's my expression in the world. You receive it in a way that serves you. So for me, God in his mercy wills that I be saved. Just feels a little sticky. So for me, God in its mercy wills that I remember. That I love. That I love. I love that. So God in its mercy, or life in its mercy, wills that I remember. I need but look upon all things that seem to hurt me. It's kind of doing it without glasses for a second, but why? Relief. I need but look upon all the things that seem to hurt me, and with perfect certainty assure myself, God wills that I remember. God wills that I remember. It says, God wills that I be saved from this. Okay, that's fine. God wills that I be saved from this. God wills that I remember the truth about this. God wills that I remove any illusion inside of me, any misunderstanding, and merely watch them disappear. I need but keep in mind God's will for me is only happiness. Life's will for me is only happiness. Creation's will for me is only happiness. To find that only happiness has come to me. That's all I need. I just need to remember in my mind that that's all there is, really, truly. And I need but remember that God's love surrounds me and keeps me sinless, forever perfect. To be sure that I remember and that I am safe forever in God, in life, in love, in creation. I am who God loves. And I remember because God, in its mercy, wills it so. I remember because life wills it so. Like, we can really simplify it. I remember because life wills that I remember. I remember because that's why I'm here. My remembering is inevitable. It is inevitable because that's the point of being here. The point of being here is to remember. Now, if you have been inside the soul of beauty, we actually unravel that. Because at one point, the main character, Mary, gets really pissed and she's like, I don't get it. Why do we forget? What would be the point? If remembering is so great, why even forget in the first place? I'm not going to tell you what happens, but if that question has been echoing inside of you, this level of consciousness, this level of transformation, these deep questions are what the soul of beauty unravels, but in a way that is a novel, that it's magical realism. If you ever read the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and you ever dreamed as a little girl of walking through that wardrobe, the soul of beauty is that for us, for adult women. Although I'm sure kids, well, might be a little bit too much. It's too much for kids. God, your holiness is mine. Your love created me and made my sinlessness forever a part of you. I have no guilt nor sin in me, for there is none in you. How's that feel? So again, this is really beautiful because this really clearly shares not the hierarchy, not like, okay, God is sinless, but I'm a sinner and I need to be forgiven for my sins. Or, I'm not going to say. Okay. So I mean this with such respect. So let me just see if it's aligned. I'm going to leave it. The truth inside Should you feel open to it? Should it resonate with you? God, there's no sin or guilt in God, and there is no sin or guilt in you. There never was. There never could be. It's not about redeeming yourself. This is why I don't particularly love the word saved, because I feel like it rides on a vibration that is a little bit misunderstood. I'll leave it at that. But the remembering, because can we buy into the illusion that we are sinful, or that we need to feel guilty, or that we need to buy into self-sacrifice as a form of love? Can we buy into that illusion? Yes. Does the majority of the world live there? Yes. Do we go there from time to time? Yes. And then we remember. We remember, we remember, we remember. So God in its mercy wills that I remember. Life wills that I remember. I don't even know that we need to say mercy. It's just truth. God wills that I remember. Life wills that I remember. Creation wills that I remember. Let me remember. Let me see things differently. Let me remember the truth of who I am. Let me walk through this day with the knowledge and the awareness that every single possibility is available to me, and that my focused attention, seek and you shall find. What are we looking for? We will find it. What are we looking for? If you at any point as you move through your day today, or tomorrow, or the next day, find yourself experiencing something that is less than ideal for you, pause and ask yourself, what was I looking for? And if you're super honest with yourself, you will find that in some subtle way, or not so subtle way, you were actually looking for that thing. Even though your ego will be like, no, 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 I don't want that, I don't want that. But was I subtly looking for it? Was I subtly expecting it to be that way? That's a way of searching for it. You can want things to be different, but if there is a part of you inside that doesn't expect them to change, that doesn't expect them to be different, or that feels like it's not time yet, or you're not ready yet, or you have to do more work, or you have to suffer a little bit more, the universe is like, okay, you the boss. And it doesn't mean, again, that we don't forget. It's when we forget, we remember. We remember, we remember. All right, with this, I will see you later on today if you are available, if you choose that inside. And I'm sending you so much love. 4 p.m. today, Paris. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for Frenchy Friday.